we had an idea. We said people in Los Angeles, people in the Hollywood community want to know about things that are going on in the world, some of which are not very pleasant. A dear friend of mine a number of years ago had the idea if artists banded together that they could create a new world. It's my extreme pleasure to introduce the founder of Artists for Human Rights, Anne Archer.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome John Bull Dow.
In the late 1980s, John Dow, along with 20,000 other Sudanese boys, fled his homeland. His journey covered over 1,000 miles in 14 years. He tells their story.
Until 1987, when I was 12 years old, this is when my village was attacked. In the middle of the night, there was a sound of gun and whistling of bullets and woke me up right in the middle of the night. We ran into so many ambushes, being beaten. You see my body right now, you can see a lot of scars. From my village to Ethiopia, it took us about 3 months. We went for almost 2 days without water. And so others didn't want to go, they want to die there. We kept going. And then we found mud. Mud is like mashed potatoes. We added so that it keeps our throat wet. Others didn't want to come. They died there. Like I said before, we were 27. By the time we got to Ethiopia, we were only 4. Others were killed by wild animals, hyenas, lions, attacked by other human beings. 2 or 3, 5 boys dying every day. But at the border, there's a river called Gilo. Gilo is infested with a lot of crocodiles in it. It took us about 3 days to figure out how we can cross. We dive into the water, and others drown, others eaten by crocodiles, others shot and killed, others captured, and others lost. United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees, which is known UNHCR, is bringing food. They heard about us. They're bringing clothes, they're bringing food. World Food Program was there, and then the World Vision also was there. Soon my name came out on the board. John, you're going to Syracuse, New York. Later, they took us into our apartment. Honestly, I did not know how to turn on, off light. So they were showing 3 of us how to turn on and off, all these things. And this is hot water, this is cold water. And almost at the end of the day, they took us to a grocery store. Came across an aisle of dog food and a cat food, I said, this is really a very wealthy country that even animals have their aisles. And then I enrolled at Onondaga Community College, finished my associate degree in 2004. And then I transferred to Syracuse University, Maxwell School of Citizenship, doing public policy. I want to give to other people who need it. That's when I decided to form an organization called Lost Boy Foundation of New York. It was built, and then I formed the John Dow Foundation. It was really difficult. John, I consumed things that I would never forget. I ate mud, I drank human urine, I chewed grass like a cow. I never thought I would survive.
What is the responsibility of the rest of the world to prevent this situation from happening again?
It needs somebody to tell them, if you need peace, a long-lasting peace, you gotta negotiate in a way that is also giving room to other or your opponent, for example, South Sudan. Well, what I am saying, issues are not the same. The problem that the Southern Sudanese are fighting with the North are not the same in other places in Africa. But they cannot benefit when people are fighting. So why don't you just divide it? Why don't you respect the choice of people in Southern Sudan when they decided that they want to be independent? With my humanitarian work, the John Dow Sudan Foundation have built a medical clinic that has been helping many people. So far, we have treated over 57,000 people. We have vaccinated so many people. We have ambulance. We have all those programs. But I'm adding another thing, such as Southern Sudan Institute that will bring up the culture and other thing. It is my duty to help my people. There is no way you can be productive when you are fighting each other. You are wasting your energy by fighting each other. Why don't you put your energy in use? Of producing food and doing other things, going to school and do other things, can help yourself. I'm afraid that people will develop a gimme syndrome, or we may turn a country as a welfare state. You have to find a way to bring a self-reliance activities
Absolutely.
so that they can produce their own thing. That's my mission now.
I know that a feature film is in the works based on your autobiography, God Grew Tired of Us. The documentary was made on your arrival in the United States and everything that happened to you thereafter. And I agree with you. I think a feature film telling the story of your experience has the ability to inspire people.
When you go to that, how do you call it, movie theater,
Mm-hmm.
you leave with impact. Something is with you.
Well, thank you, John. You are a real inspiration.
Thank you.
I love talking with you.
God bless. Thank you.
John Dow has such a gorgeous, humble heart. I feel very, very grateful to have been here tonight and heard his story.
It was entertaining, seeped with deep, important spiritual and emotional information.
I'm involved in a John Dow film that we want to make. Here you'll find people from the field that have insights that you won't get anywhere else.
It's a good story to tell, but also you walk out of the movie theater or you look at the painting or you hear the song and you're like, what can I do? What can I be and how can I be involved?
This was my first Artists for Human Rights Speaker series, and I was absolutely blown away. John really personifies compassion. Got these cool little items here, this DVD and this cool T-shirt, and hey, I'm excited about the next one.
I warn you tonight, whatever you're doing, being faced by any difficult situation, never give up. Thank you very much.
I got a goosebump.